Oh, I like the leopard print you got going on there. You're muted, Bianca.
All right. I
like the leopard print you got going on there.
Thank you. It was my Christmas vibes. Like, this is my fake way of like dressing up. So I was like, I wanted to give us like some Christmas vibes going on.
Nice. I wore my sweater. Winter sweater.
Okay. No, it was good. I was like, I feel like I needed to get like semi dressed up, a little bit of holiday colors, you know? So I decided
to
a little leopard.
This was a funny sweater because I'll try to pull it up, but my sister got this for me. I told the story in a meeting, so Bianca's heard this before, but my sister got this sweater for me, and she got it because she was advertised it on Instagram or something like that, right? This, let me see if I can do this right. Oh, here we go. That was the picture that was advertised to her. And she messaged me and she said, "Hey, Alex, have you been modeling for like this sweatshirt? Like, is this you?" That's not me. But she decided that since it could be me, she might as well get the sweater for me because it clearly looks good on me.
You know, personalization, you know, could have been your representative. Yeah. No, that's actually pretty. No, that's cool. It's a cool shirt. Mm-hmm. No, yeah. Oh my gosh. So, final stream of the year.
Stream of the year. Do you know how many streams we've done? I did a bunch of math and analytics before we got on.
Maybe like 38. I don't know.
You're really close. We've done 36 streams.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we've had 16 or 17 unique guests as well. Okay. But before we get there, like, what's exciting? So, okay, RJ, we literally had a discussion before the stream started about how we're going to start doing a not sponsored segment. And then you came out and said, "Hey, are you guys doing your not sponsored segment?"
I literally thought you overheard us. Mm-hmm.
Is this episode 37? Brent's actuallying us. I think you're right. I think this is 37. So, because you're right. 36 was. Wait, no. I think this is 36, Brent. Oh, no, you're right. Vinny. We had Vinny as 36. I forgot that one. On YouTube, it wasn't showing up. So it goes.
No, yes. Okay, so yeah, we're, average across our amounts, we got to 37. It's great. It was kind of wild because when I saw RJ post, I was like, no, you can't, I literally thought we were, what is it, hot mic'd?
Yeah, you thought we were hot mic'd because we were talking about it as RJ posted it.
Literally. I was like, whoa, wowzers. But we're just gonna make it official. This is our not sponsored section. Yeah. And let's see. So definitely, as always, a little water, not sponsored by Owala. So also, I just quickly had some broccoli Brussels sprouts. So I have my little digestive enzymes. We're getting good. Deep and real, not sponsored.
Wow, you're going. Yeah.
I'm literally, and then also the last thing that I would say is I tried these bars the other day. So I was getting blood drawn. We're fast friends. I was getting blood drawn and I was like, oh, I've been fasting all morning. But this is Chef Robert Irvine's Fit Crunch.
Who is Robert Irvine?
I don't know who Robert is, but Robert makes great protein bars. And 16 grams of protein, 3 grams of sugar, 190 calories, and it is gluten-free. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Robert Irvine. So, you know who Robert Irvine is?
I do.
Look at this man's arms.
So Robert Irvine is a celebrity chef. That most folks will have known if they watch Food Network, because he's done shows on there in the past where he does these really weird food challenges where they go and they have a like almost like an impossible mission to do, where like they'll show up at like some army battalion and they have to cook like 2,000 plates in 24 hours to like serve all these people. And it's just it hasn't been on the air for a long time, but it was a really good show.
Got it. Okay.
He's
No
a
wonder it
big
said-
big
no
healthy
wonder it
dude,
said-
big personality
gonna
kind of
say,
guy.
Judging by that man's arms, his bars probably work.
You know, it literally said chef created. I didn't read that part, but it literally says Chef Robert Irvine. The chef was in small print. So that is hashtag not sponsored from my side. Alex, what are you on your...
I'm gonna drop one that's very different, but this is more of a shout out than a sponsor. I got my little mug from our video producers, Poly Creative. They help us make us look good. So a lot of the more produced videos, they're kind of the team that help us with those. I think, did they also make our little moving backgrounds? I think they might have. Brent has worked with them for longer, but shout out to them for the nice mug.
Okay, do you hand wash that mug or do you put it in the dishwasher?
No, I
I've
put it in the
hand washed.
dishwasher. I don't have the patience to hand wash things.
Friends, I would hand wash that.
Really?
Yeah, I was like the bottom part. Like I've been scared to like dishwasher it.
Cool.
Alex, you don't have patience?
I think it'll be fine in the dishwasher, but I would personally recommend hand washing that one. I'm not sure how well the bottom of that will stand up.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure like with the logo application, you know, like
That's what. Yep.
you never know with know with logos on mugs like drinkware.
It's like a non-glazed bottom. I think that's what he's like. It's a little.
It's a great. It's a solid. It's a solid.
Remember, does the bot work in this layout? No, not really. No.
You know.
Trying things. I got my little tea strainer. I'm drinking a Pu'er. I really like Pu'er teas, but the best way to describe them is they taste like dirt. So get ready. I'll give my bar. These are my favorite bars. These have been my favorite bars for a while. Atlas bars.
Ooh. Okay. Atlas.
So that's, yeah. And then this is a bit of a shout out to our chef Brent too, but I'm really enjoying the Rodecaster Duo, which is a new audio tool that Brent uses and got for me so I can help produce these streams a little more high fidelity, but it's super cool. And so I don't know. They do a good job. They made
fancy
a good product.
fancy old mic too. What the heck?
Yeah, I got this fancy mic too.
And also, Alex is also training a DJ. Her name is DJ Isla Golds, or that might be, we might have to switch it up, or A Gold. But then, we're playing around with it. But yeah, so Alex also has a DJ, a very up and coming celebrity DJ. Yeah.
There you go.
So I don't know. Does Brent or does the chef participate on our not sponsored as our guest?
What do you got?
Listen, I was kind of bummed out because I was like, man, I'm not gonna be on the show, and then I can't talk about my not sponsored. And okay, so currently, I am drinking a Liquid Death Dead Billionaire, which is an iced tea. Now, if you were to think of an iced tea drink with a dead billionaire, this is actually a really good story if you wanted to pull it up, Alex. If you look up Liquid Death, Arnold Palmer, dead billionaire, just find a news story for it, and I'll provide some context. But this is an Arnold Palmer. It's a tea/lemonade kind of drink, right? Liquid Death is awesome. I think they're really cool because they started off making water, like sparkling water, and their whole thing was they made these cool like metal looking cans, and they sold water. Basically, they sold water to people at music festivals that didn't want to drink. So I think it's just kind of a cool. Their company story is kind of cool. They made these really like edgy looking cans to sell water in.
Too.
And they're big like 19.2 ounce things. So if you go to like a sporting event or a music festival or something like that, beers are typically sold in large format, either 19.2 ounces or 24 ounce cans. And they saw a market where there's a lot of people that just don't drink alcohol. And so they started selling this water. If you look up, just add estate to your Google search.
Like,
So what happened? Like estate, like the Arnold Palmer estate. So they had a whole tiff with Arnold Palmer's estate. Arnold Palmer's dead. There it is, down at Forbes, the Forbes article. This was actually called Arnold Palmless, I think, or something like that. It wasn't called Arnold Palmer, but it was obviously a riff, and they cease and desisted them. Or like sued them, told them to stop using the name. And it's like, the hilarious part about that is Arnold Palmer would have loved that. Like, this is the thing with folks, right? Is like, oh, Armless Palmer. That's right. Bex has it. Hi, Bex. How's it going? Yeah, no, it's totally like, yeah, Armless Palmer. Yeah. And
it was licensed to Arizona.
Arnold
Arizona
Arnold Palmer would have absolutely loved that name. But yeah, that is true because he does have an Arnold Palmer Arizona tea thing.
Arnold
so like,
Palmer.
I get it. I get why it happened, but dude would have loved that kind of play on the name, and they changed it to Dead Billionaire.
There you go.
It's so funny watching like Liquid Death take off because, you know, I know like the fund that invested in that, and I was like, I think at the time I was like, nah, you know. I think
it's huge now. Yeah, I know, I get it, but it's huge now.
I think at the time I'm just like, maybe there was a part of me that was just like, let me get out of this like Silicon Valley bubble sometimes, even though one of their investors based out of like Santa Monica in LA. But I think for me, I'm just like, I guess. And I've been reflecting on that. Maybe not Liquid Death, but just like not personal biases, but just kind of like, I think some of these things that I looked at, I'm like, really? People are this is gonna be a thing. But I don't know. I think I realize nowadays everything has become cultural. Like business is no longer just like, yeah, like, I don't know. I feel like business has become more cultural. It's like, how does it fit into society versus like, in my mind, I'm like, y'all are paying for cans of water. Like at what point do you stop?
Yeah. So they got in ahead. They got in at the like the origination point of the hype on seltzer. When they switched to doing, well, they had regular still water, but like they had seltzer, and then they started doing flavored seltzer, and then they started doing teas, and it's like, I think the seltzer craze and a little bit of the like non-alcoholic drink craze, like they had timing. They hit the timing, and I think we often forget. We can look at an idea and go, that will never work, and it's like, it depends on the market timing. If you hit the market with something that is primed for an opportunity, you're gonna find some level of success. Now, whether it survives on its original premise or not, I don't know. I'm not at a lot of music festivals to know whether people were buying it in droves there, but I can see the appeal for why that's how it started.
I didn't even understand why. Like, you just told me like, oh, it's because you're still holding a can and it's like a beer. I have seen it at concerts and music festivals and was like, this is stupid. I'm also someone who brings a water bottle with me. So like, I feel stupid. But like, now that you like put it in context of like, oh, this is a way to be like, feel cool drinking but while you're sober. I'm like, oh, that makes so much sense. They also did they also do a bunch of funny ads. They had one.
Their ads are really
like
good.
The Boys, which was great.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, if we're kind of diving into this a little bit more, tangent. I think what it's making me think, there are two things that kind of stick out, right? One, which is like, on one end, I think I didn't feel like the original idea of water was going to just like stick forever. I was actually surprised at how much they've innovated, and I think that to me is just like, you know, even in business, right? Like, how do you have a lens towards like, is this the type of company that's going to innovate? Do they see the other market opportunities? And I think maybe it's because like, yes, I think sometimes there is the emphasis on like, you know, get the product market fit. And then sometimes people just like stay there. They, you know, like they stay there and they're not innovating. They're not like playing around. And I, to be honest, I did not think that they were going to be ones who were going to play around. I thought that they were just trying to capture like the water market.
They got really smart too with like limited time flavors. My favorite thing that I tried this past year, they did like in the fall, they did an apple cider. I forget what they named it, but it was an apple cider variant of their sparkling water. And I just think that's kind of smart. I don't know if they've done one for winter. Like I could totally see cranberry working, but like
Psycho cider.
they did Psycho cider. They did a really good job with that one. It was one of those ones where like when it dropped, I ordered a 12 pack because I'm like, I know I'm going to like that. They're low calorie. It's like agave. So like this whole tea, this 19.2 ounce tea is 30 calories for the whole can, you know, and it's not like, you know, it's not great for you because it's still, I mean, agave is still sugar at the end of the day, but it's not that much, right? It's not heavily sweetened. Their like flavored seltzers are not heavily sweetened. It's just, but it's a smart place. So they do like even more limited drops than that. Like the cider one was like a limited availability, but it was available for the whole season. They did one that was like, it was a flavor that like it dropped on Amazon and sold out immediately.
Was it hot fudge sundae?
It was. I couldn't get it. I tried. I couldn't get it. I just wanted to try it because I'm like, I want to try that weird thing. That sounds really great. It sold out instantaneously.
I don't know if that sounds. If anyone's ever tried that, I'm curious.
I doubt anyone did because I was on it immediately. I got the email. I went on. I tried to buy it and it was gone. It was gone. Gone.
Yeah, that's
okay. So then
I'm like thinking about like hot fudge sparkling water. It doesn't sound. It's not. I don't know.
But that's why I wanted to try it because who knows? Like it might be an experience, you know.
Did anyone ever get it? What if it wasn't real?
I don't know anybody that has, but I bet you I know some Instagram creators that probably did that I could probably find. But no, it sold out so fast. They didn't make very much of it.
But I will say though, it's cool to see people doing cool things in business. I do think like innovation for a while. Like I feel like businesses were just going through it, right? And I don't know. I guess maybe my question for y'all is like when you think about the word innovation specifically as we're thinking about like this upcoming year, like what does innovation mean to you? Like, because I know that that's a word that's like thrown around a lot. Like when you think about innovation, what does that
mean? In what realm?
That was the
innovation just generally, or just like in an area?
I think that's the thing, right? Like innovation in business, innovation in technology, I think that word is so thrown out, and they're like, gonna innovate, and you're like, okay.
Now, what does that mean?
That's a great. I mean, here are some thoughts that I have thought about as it relates to innovation. To me, it's like innovation to me is also creativity. It's also like, how are you playing around with new ways? Like I'm thinking about like on TikTok, this girl kind of created this like mini short, right? Of like, she acted as if someone asked her like, hey, how was your weekend? Right? So she basically played around with a new format of saying, she's like, oh, well, my weekend was fine. But even before she got to the end of that, like my weekend was cool. All you saw was her doing a clip of, here are all the things that I did that weekend. And like, I'm like, it was another take on like day in the life. It was another take on like, tell me about your day, right? In a video format. So to me, I feel like innovation explores like, how can we play around with how something is delivered? How can we play around with like the way we can hit at one concept, but like in new ways. So like I'm not saying that's the whole thing of innovation, but that's one thing that comes to mind.
That makes sense. I honestly, for me personally, reflecting on this year, not like the bigger macro, like what is innovation? Because I think there's a lot of cool stuff happening. This stream has kind of been that for me, and I think for us, it's like a place where we get to try new things. It went really well with me starting improv classes, which I really love. And then like now for like webinars, there's all these like crazy ideas that I have and things I want to try that I think like I needed to have like the keys to open it up. And like this stream was kind of that. So it was, I don't know. I think like we all got to find our own ways and like tools to innovate. Cause like just being creative and innovative in a like, without anything, just sometimes it feels overwhelming. Yeah.
Sorry, phone was not on Do Not Disturb.
That I have not heard that ringtone in a long time. I used to use that ringtone, by the way, Bianca.
What do you mean you don't? What do you use?
I don't use that now. I don't know. I used to use that. I forget what my ringtone is. My phone is on silent so often, but yeah, I used to use that ringtone.
What's
I
your
like that
ringtone now?
Same.
Can you give it to us? Not play it, but just can you like mouth
Let
it
me
out?
find it. I could find it.
Can you reenact your
Yeah, can you
ringtone?
reenact your? I don't want. No, I don't want the like. I don't
This
want
is
the
not
clip.
what I. This is not what I signed up for. I mean, wait, no, it was accidental that I came on. It was just because of Robert Irvine. We didn't plan on me joining. No. What is my ringtone?
Dude, I love how you're avoiding reenacting.
I don't
your
know
want you
what
to
my
sing
ringtone is
on
at the
stream.
moment. Hold on. Let me,
I actually
let me
don't know what
figure
my ringtone is right now either.
I have
that
like this
one.
one. I think
Got it.
I have that one.
That's
What is
the
that? What is the name of the one that I forget that one.
I think mine is the factory setting.
I think the one that I'm using now is like the current factory setting. Maybe.
One thing I did a while ago and was really helpful is you can now also change the vibration pattern on your
Yes.
on iPhones.
Oh,
And
yes, you definitely
I was
can.
getting so frustrated because you'd be sitting around, everyone would like, I think I did it in college even. Everyone would just like have their phones out on the table and you'd hear a vibration. I'm like, is that my phone? No, it's somebody else's. And so I changed it so I know if it's me and I know if it's a call or a text message just from the vibration.
Do you know what the most hilarious?
RJ Pearson, no thank you. Oh wait, that wasn't the one I was
That was the
looking
wrong
for. It was
one.
this
No, RJ Pearson's.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, as somebody who has done that, yeah, don't do that. I've definitely
True.
done that. I have done
True.
that. It's been
Oh,
years. It
I've
has
done
been
that
years.
too. And we actually we were like on stream. We're like, we're gonna record this so we can use it later. And then I just doxed myself and was like, okay, I guess this isn't going up onto YouTube anytime soon.
Not at all. Especially since like I feel like our numbers are connected to so much.
I did.
You know, hashtag not sponsored, but forever sponsored by Twilio.
I was gonna say the only thing we actually are sponsored by is Twilio. So get
Yeah,
your
literally.
Twilio numbers and use the Twilio dev phone, and then you won't dox yourself on stream.
Great.
Wow.
That was a
Yeah, there's my Twilio plug. Check.
I don't have my buttons for like changing the things on my bot at the moment, or I would have gone with the like I would have gone in and like implemented cache eyes or something. Like,
Yeah, that
y'all
was-
making the money.
That was my get paid line.
dollars.
This is
The
even though we do a not
dollars.
sponsored segment, this is sponsored.
It's very
This is
very
very much
sponsored.
very sponsored by the makers of JK.
from
no,
the
yeah.
makers of Twilio Cubs A/B testing.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I sponsored with very little branding. Yeah, we don't have
You're
we don't
on the
have a lot
Twilio Devs channel that has a Twilio logo.
That's true.
What more do you want? It is very little branding. You're right. There is no like
But there
overt.
is if you look in the
overt-
top left corner of your screen right now on Twitch,
Yeah, but
Or
on the
on
actual video, there's no overt.
it's there.
There's no overt branding at the moment.
So it goes.
I mean, you know, it's also powered by StreamYard.
Yeah.
I don't have a Twilio logo loaded in here. I was just
should
about
get
to try to put one on, but I'll do it right now.
Wow.
We should.
I'll do it right now.
I want a big one that just flashed across the whole screen.
Brent, why
When we,
don't you
like-
do it live? That would be stream content. Yeah, let me get a second screen. I'll be right back. No, kidding. Would be a fun
Stream
segment. Oh, Brent, could
content.
you add something to our StreamYard stream? Yeah, sure. Do you want it to be content or do you want it to just appear? I don't know. Oh yeah,
Content or
joystick.
pressure.
So Joystick Nick is in chat. So Joystick Nick and the Bex person are both from my broader streaming community.
Ooh.
Joystick Nick, for those of you that are fans of this little guy, this little bot guy, Joystick Nick is the one that made this bot. The graphic
Wow.
design, the rigging, like all
Wowzers.
of the concept, the whole thing is Joystick Nick's implementation. Yeah, fantastic.
Wow.
Fantastical.
Thank you.
Great
Thank you.
great addition to this end of year stream. Like,
Yeah.
we're
Yes.
really tying a bow on some stuff
We-
that happened this year. It's pretty
We do. We need who Frosty. Or
Oh, Frosty. Yeah,
Oh
if
my
Frosty
gosh.
Tools shows up, if Frosty shows up, Ken aka Frosty Tools.
Then we'll have
Yeah,
everyone.
no.
If
Frosty-
we say Ken aka Frosty Tools, Ken, Frosty Tools, Ken, does that just like summon?
We don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
we've
I
wonder,
done
like,
a
It's
lot
always
of
a question on like who works with Beetlejuice.
What if we do
rules.
this at Twilio bot can you summon your maker
yeah.
to the Twilio devs stream?
Why am I
Twilio bot
just
has
like?
been, yeah, we got to just Beetlejuice people.
So I'm just gonna ask the bot.
I was just like, what if the bot just sends like a beeper?
It's like asking Siri to call Steve Jobs. That's a good retort.
That's pretty good. That is pretty good. Oh,
The disrespect. LOL.
That is funny.
That is a great retort.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah.
Good. I liked it. We did summon. We did. Okay.
We've done some
y'all,
summoning in this.
We have.
in this chat.
We can summon Dom. We just have to say AI a bunch of times, right?
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
that's
We're
how that
talking
one
about
works?
AI. Dom, you there?
I don't know if y'all know this, but the way that you're supposed to summon Robertables is to say Docker 3 times because he's
yes.
a
he's
big
a
Docker
big Docker,
advocate.
Docker,
so
Docker.
like it's pretty easy to get him in here. Who else can we summon? Who else do we summon with words?
I feel like
We did-
RJ's here.
Yeah.
good.
You figured out how to summon me, which was
Yeah.
to like mention a celebrity chef that you didn't know, and I was like, no, I know that
Oh,
one.
I can talk about this one.
I can tell you every show they've ever been on. Dinner Impossible, Restaurant Impossible. They used to be in the army. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Robert Irvine, for those of you that joined later. I was just like, oh my goodness, I can tell you all about this person.
Okay.
We
Are
had
you-
a
I
few.
don't
We had
know.
a few Craig summonings.
Yes. we did.
Craig is another AI one that you can summon.
Yeah. That's another.
Craig,
that's
you
another
could probably
summon.
Cloudflare probably summons Craig.
Yeah.
Cloudflare
Rick
3
Rolls.
times.
Rick Rolls summons
yeah,
Craig.
Rick-
If you,
Rickroll?
as soon as you start playing a Rickroll, Craig, I think Craig gets like royalties now at this point from.
Yeah.
Sure does.
At this point, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we used a lot of our summoning
Yeah.
powers.
Robert Irvine is a name I haven't heard in forever. Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying. Is like he hasn't been around for a while. He hasn't had a show in a long time. But
See?
But he's got a
Look at
bar.
He's got a bar.
Dinner. I guess Restaurant Impossible was more recent than Dinner Impossible, right, Bex? I believe that is the case. I used to be okay. So to fill in the blanks of like, I think Bianca had a moment of like, wait a second, what's going on? I used to be the biggest Food Network
summoned
junkie,
Frackberg.
or like Food TV junkie.
Oh, see?
So I know
Just-
everything about Food TV. But we summoned Frackberg. Nice.
Yeah, we did. I don't know what we did. Maybe
I don't know
had,
what we
like, a
did
little
to
dance.
summon Frackberg, but we
we,
summoned.
Let's
like,
talk about
do a-
summoning people. That's how you summon Frackberg.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Frackberg,
no.
we're debating on what everyone's summoning phase is. So what do we have to say 3 times to get you to show up?
Yeah, we're not sure.
And Bex likes Food TV too. I used to. It's been a while since I've watched. I take that back. I watched The Great British Bake Off because it's the most wholesome thing that's ever been created on TV. By
I
far
feel
and
like
away.
with the food shows, I get so invested. I'm like, oh my God, will you eat the burger? I usually love the challenges ones, the ones with
yeah.
the challenges. Yeah, like that.
So
it
what's
gets-
your favorite food challenge show? If you
There
had
was
to, what's your
one-
top 3? It's hard to pick favorites. What if you could pick a top 3? What are they?
Wow, Brent, a little pressure here. I just know
Y'all
them.
y'all
I know them
put me
by
on
the-
the spot all the time.
You're right. Okay, so I feel like there's which one's like, is it the Iron Chef? It might be.
The opening of the Iron
classic
Chef where the
Iron
dude would
Chef?
like yell at people was the greatest.
Classic
Yeah,
Japanese
whichever-
Iron Chef or
Yeah, that one.
Iron
No,
Chef
classic
America?
Japanese where the guy just like yells, like is a samurai and yells at people. That's the,
L-
it's the
LA
greatest
cuisine.
opening of
LA
any
cuisine.
cooking
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
And then there's another, but then there's the, I will say OG, like dinner drives. What is it? Dinner
Diners,
dives.
drive-ins, and dives.
Yes, that show
Guy
was
Fieri?
just it was vibes.
That is an OG. That show's been around for so long. Like,
I
don't
really
even know how many
enjoy it.
seasons at this point, but it's
I really
that's
enjoy it. And then there's another guy that like he would do the competitions, like he would do the local, like if the
Man
place was,
versus
like-
food.
Yeah. I remember that one.
Man versus food.
Yeah. So I think my food shows
Adam
they
Richman.
can range. They range from chaotic to like
and we got
inspiring.
some,
You know he had to stop
I did.
medically.
I heard.
killing him.
medically, and they changed the format of the show to like Man versus Food America or whatever, where like he would coach somebody else to go do the food challenge because he was literally killing himself
Oof.
You know,
with all that
that's-
food.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah,
It's not good. And like
Okay.
towards the end, you could see like, you could see him eating less of the food at the places before the challenge because he knew he had to eat all the food at the challenge. I imagine like over the course of a season to do all of that stuff, there's just so much.
And now we have mukbangs, and
And
now
And he was literally, Alex, we've talked about this particular thing I'm about to bring in, but he might have been the worst wing eater I have ever seen. Because he would eat the spiciest wings on the planet with like caustic sauces that would wreck your eyes.
Ugh.
And then he would get both of his entire hands all over the wing and then rub his face.
No.
And we've talked about this. You can eat a wing with 3 fingers, 2 fingers if
you
you're
need
real
one
good. Like 2 or 3 fingers to eat a wing. You don't need to be getting both of your hands dirty.
Now,
This
now
is
I have
my
a question.
wing. This is
Brent,
my wing demonstration.
Brent, have you ever participated in a food eating challenge or some sort of food challenge?
I have.
I want to hear about this if you're open to sharing.
I'm trying to remember 2 fingers, 3 if
I
you're
think
3
three.
if you
I think
3
three.
if you want
I think
just a
3
little
is-
more
You can do
grip.
2.
But 2 can work. 2 can work.
I feel like I'm usually you gotta go with the like.
You need the thumb.
It's
Yeah.
really the thumb action.
You need
like,
thumb
I
and
feel like-
forefinger.
2 fingers then, because your thumb's not a finger, right?
Yeah, okay.
Wow.
But like
So usually, I feel like it's really just holding on. I think you just need to
and
hold
to
on
me
tight.
it's fingertips too. Like you
Wow.
don't
Wow.
need anything more than the absolute tips of your thumb and your forefinger. I also throw the middle finger in there just because it's like it's a little extra grip
Wow.
on a wing that might
guess.
be slippery. Because
Okay.
sometimes they're not great. Like if it's a good wing, you probably only need 2 because it's grippier.
Yeah.
But like
That's what I'm thinking.
Wait, I want
okay, you want to know about the food challenge? I'm trying to remember the name of the restaurant. I'm gonna have to look it up real quick.
While he's thinking about it, what's the food challenge capital of California? Where you don't have to out yourself where you live, but I
feel like it's
that's
the
a
Bay.
Random
Isn't it?
stat.
I
Where?
feel like it's the Bay. I feel like the Bay Area had so many. Maybe it was like San Jose, Santa Clara. I feel like the Bay had
San
tons.
Luis Obispo.
Oh, okay. College, like, yeah, I could see that. But I felt like it was in that area.
I've
Oh my gosh.
I don't think I've ever done like a formal food competition. They have a wing eating contest at AWS reInvent or Reignite, whatever it's called. Everyone
Okay.
from our team who was going, I was like, "Are you going to do the wing contest?" No one did it. It's very sad.
I think with food challenges, it's like I like to enjoy my food, so then to like have to like demolish this, and it's a lot of food. So and then also I feel like I probably wouldn't be as strategic. I feel like if it's a wing challenge, I'd be downing some water. Like I feel like I'd fill my belly. Like I feel like there's like a whole method to the madness. But yeah. So
I hear you. It's like, yeah, you're not really enjoying the thing if you're like trying to eat a 5-pound hamburger. Toe Frog, another person we just summoned. I don't know how we summoned him in chat, but welcome, Chris. They would do a wing challenge at Wingstop. Cajun wings, everyone. That's
The wing challenges are interesting. I've never done a wing challenge, but it would be like totally in my wheelhouse to do so. So like I really should at some point.
Why don't we just make one for you? Next time we all get together as a team, we'll make a
I have done
challenge.
I have done multiple seasons worth of Hot Ones sauces. Just personally, not like online or anything like that, but like me and my little sister have done multiple of the seasons. I cannot for the life of me remember the name of the place, but it was a bit of a chain, and they had a burger challenge. It was this gigantic burger and a pile of fries, and you had to like eat it within an hour, and you got your name up on the wall and got a t-shirt, and I definitely housed that thing. There's a local taco place in my neighborhood that has it's like a plate of tacos, and it's a time-based challenge, and there's a leaderboard. I've never done that one, but it's always intrigued me because like I can eat taco like crazy, but the times that are up on the board, up on the board are wild, and I'm like, I could probably not eat for a day, go in there and go nuts on that. But like
I feel like if it's
yes,
not like
Nick.
What?
Nick says,
I feel like if
gotta
you're
see if I can
not
get you some of
doing-
the white scorpion jerky. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. I feel like if you're not doing like if it's not like a volume thing and it's like a speed thing, I wouldn't want to be super hungry because then I feel full really fast. I don't know,
fair.
but I eat fast. Maybe I'll come and do the taco.
Not maybe
taco
like,
challenge
well,
with you.
yeah, like the gas And oh gosh,
Has
thoughts?
anybody in chat ever participated in a food?
Yeah,
in
I'm
a
super
food
curious.
challenge? I wanna hear that.
Toe Frog has.
Toe Frog, he used to do that with a coworker. I like that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. We got a few things there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, y'all. Look at us. We've been on this stream thing.
The Blazing Wing Challenge at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Ooh, those, okay.
Frackberg, good for you.
Team bragging rights. That's important. Priorities.
Yeah.
Y'all, can you believe it? Like we've done a lot of streams.
Yeah.
We have done a lot of streams. Okay, how are we feeling on the last stream of the year?
I'm really proud of us.
I think the word I was going to use was proud. I'm proud of you too.
Yeah. Brent gave us a challenge early in the year and was like, just start streaming. And then I think, was it like February or March? We're just starting. We don't know what we're doing. And we just showed up and did it. The first month of it was so hard, like the hardest thing ever. Freaking out all the time. And then Brent had us on a stream. I don't know which stream number it was. I'm going to have to find out. One of the early streams. And Brent was like, you're not allowed to prepare.
Yeah. Yes.
You literally said, no preparing. I'm not telling you what we're talking about. We're just going to do it. And we did it. And since then, that like unlocked something that really opened it up. And, you know, I think that was kind of the key one. That was stream. Oh, I don't even have which one stream number that is because you didn't put your own picture in it. There you go. So that was that was a turning point for me and was really exciting. But yeah, how are you feeling about it, Bianca?
So, I mean, if you think about when I think about it, I'm like to even have like 30 plus episodes of just us building, us like engaging our community, that to me feels like super powerful. And I think being able to see yourself in a new light, also, you know, made a lot of stream friends along the way. I think being able to like put yourself out there is pretty powerful. And I think like this is just the beginning, right? And like that's the cool part, which is just like to think that like, oh, this is just the beginning. And if the beginning is, you know, the beginning is pretty damn good. So I'm like, okay, like it can only go up from here. And I think sometimes like failure or being a beginner at something can kind of suck. I'll just speak for myself. It can kind of suck. Okay. So I think like being able to be in a space of just like getting acquainted with stream culture, getting acquainted with like how to best engage with chat, getting acquainted with this land of production, like at first, like being a beginner in that, like, you know, I was a little self-conscious. I was like, I don't know what the hell is all of this? But I do think being able to like kind of lean into it and also understand like where you started is not where you're ending, but like you do actually have to start. And I used to think those words were cliche, right? Like I felt like they were like, yeah, you gotta start. That's like my hypothetical encouraging person voice. But like, yeah, I think just being able to understand like you're not gonna be stuck at where you were unless you choose to be, right? And I think we've chosen to expand ourselves. We've chosen to try different things. So I don't know. That's like, I don't know. I do know.
You do.
So I do. So for me, that can really capture the essence of this stream journey so far this year.
Yeah, I think you're right where it wasn't just that like we weren't good at it. I don't think we knew how we weren't good. And it's been Brent suggesting things that we can do to do better, us just getting more used to speaking on camera and not moving around a lot or using a lot of filler words. I recently watched a video of me as I was recording something and like I can't redo it, so it sucks, but like I'm just like this as I'm like talking and I'm like, oh man. Like but as you watch yourself, you kind of learn how to do these things. But like, I mean, Bex, you're right. Like it's so hard being a beginner. You want to do better. And I think the big thing is that we weren't doing it alone because Bianca, we had each other. And then we also had Brent, like through the whole thing, kind of being a coach and a mentor to help figure this out. I mean, I'm just, that's really the key to me is I can do stuff all day long. I don't know if I'm going to be good at it, but having somebody like with the eye and the understanding of what actually makes good content, that's what takes us to the next level. And that's how you learn. It's like you learn from mentors.
I will also say, like, I think especially as adults, like, we work so hard to get great, right? Like we work so hard to just like do things amazingly at a high level. And I think especially we were coming from, I almost sound like we were coming from consulting. No, we were coming from the land of webinars, right?
Yeah.
And with webinars, right, like we feel like we had to be super polished or like we had to move in a different way, like very rehearsed. This is not that. So I think even just like adjusting to your audience, adjusting to like the reality, right, of what's happening and what's in this particular space, like that to me is, you know, even just something to be conscious of.
And this made us better at webinars. Not long after we started streaming, we had this thing happen where one or the other, I think one or the other of us, like, I think first, like, my mic and audio video went out and then yours did. And like months before we had streamed, we would have been freaking out being like, oh no, everything's wrong. But we're over there and we're like, oh, this is normal. We know how to take care of this. We know how to handle this. And it's like that muscle of streaming has made us better at so many other things at work.
Yeah, it's so like it's so I've been beaming over here because y'all have had so much growth, and I think the thing that is challenging, the thing that is tricky to like wrap your head around is like, yeah, this is gonna be hard. And I tried to tell y'all, like, you know, we're gonna crawl, then we're gonna fail at those couple first steps, and then you're just gonna start walking, and you're gonna be like, I didn't even think that I was gonna be walking, and y'all said something at one point like, I don't know how long we're gonna do this, and I was like, no, you're gonna do this for the rest of the year, like it's gonna happen, and it just it settled in to where y'all just got better something got better every week. And the thing that I love is I've seen it carry over to all the other things that you're doing. And it really, the thing that was amazing was watching y'all in Portland, and y'all, like, we don't have anything to share yet on the training courses that we filmed out there, but they're coming. And wait till you see Alex and Bianca and Sarah on camera for this stuff, like when it comes out, because it is something. It is something.
Yeah. And,
okay. Why? See, I wasn't trying to.
This is
the stream
tears.
My
the very first episode, I think we talked about our goals on stream, and one of mine was
one of them was to make Bianca cry, and
yeah.
I think
we're here.
Okay. I'm just like, sorry. This is it's just making me a little emotional, y'all, because like if we're gonna be real here, right? Like, these past couple of years have sometimes been a little bit hard. Like, we've had to do just some stuff, right? We've had to navigate through some stuff. And I think sometimes in those moments, like, you can forget who you are and like what you're capable of. And I think we can kind of get stuck on the fall, right? Like, oh gosh, like this didn't go as well as I thought. But I guess when I hear these comments, it's just a reminder for us to step back, not us, but even us chat too, right? Like, to step back and be like, no, I did that. Like, I've made it through different seasons, different moments. And like, I guess that brings me to like tears and stuff, you know?
Yeah. It's, and just for context, because Brett mentioned it, when we first started, we're like, we don't know how long we're going to do this. And then some point in the last few months, Tofrog, who's in chat, who's our Bianca and I's manager, was like, do you guys want to keep streaming? Like, you don't, like, you got a lot of us. And we're like, both of us were like, no, we're not stopping. This is it. We're here. We're going to be here. So you guys can't get rid of us. But it was like, this is something that just brings joy and is a nice break in everything else that we do, and made so a lot too by, like, you know, everyone in chat being here. And I guess we did summon Craig, it turned out.
We did.
That took a while. a while. Craig, we tried
12 minutes ago.
We tried every wake word that we had for you. It's like Cloudflare, AI, Rickroll. Maybe it was that combination of the three. We finally got the combination in there.
Yeah, maybe it's like not one thing. It's like a combo. It's like a slot machine combo thing. Brought up one of his favorite moments. Please drop your favorite moments of the show in here if you
yes, yes.
RJ said Bianca earning her track jacket on stream was a highlight for him. That was special.
Yeah. It was so funny because I was procrastinating for the longest, and Alex was like, "You're building this on stream." Not that Alex talks like this. That's just
I yell all the time.
Oh, Craig's
it felt like yes.
Yeah. Singing while not showing auto, because that became a clip. That was a good one.
Okay, but actually, Craig, behind that moment, actually, it was so crazy. That was probably one of the like weirdest, saddest weeks. So like I was actually sorry, now I'm really gonna cry. So like I was actually in Boston, like doing funeral preparations for like, my aunt. And I think even the fact to me that like I could still find joy and smiles and like things like that, like as I hear you like help me reflect back on that moment, I just think about the ways in which like stream has been a nice reminder of like there's joy everywhere, even in the midst of a lot of things. So it's kind of so ironic because like a song came out on that stream, but we still also like, life was still lifing. So I don't know, it's interesting kind of recounting that, like that too. That was a good one.
That was a good one.
It's my favorite song from 2024. It's like on my Spotify.
That one?
Ooh.
Were we on Wrapped?
Yeah.
Why didn't I get to leave a message for you on Spotify Wrapped?
Don't need to see your screen.
My favorite was when Bianca had this idea from like somebody in LinkedIn was like, hey, make this weird app with phones. And so we're like, let's just do it. And first of all, it was the first time I had built something live on stream and it actually worked. But the reason that I had such a good time is I was sitting there coding in stream and I had Brent and RJ Pearson and Craig all in chat helping me out. At one point, Craig's like, I wrote the docs on this, or I wrote that blog post. And RJ's like finding bugs in my code that I'm not seeing. And Brent was helping in the background, like pull stuff up too. And that was my favorite build on stream. And I saw how much fun it can be when you have like a community behind you. It was like pair programming on steroids. And that was my personal favorite like coding stream when that happened.
There was the other one that we got like so I feel like we got so like giggly on that one. I think it was the one we were playing around with the voices or the personalities. I'm trying to remember.
With the AI one.
Yes,
the real-time API.
The real-time
API. Yes, the real-time API. The reason why I feel like the real-time API one was fun, which is like, yes, you did the baseline, but then we kept on playing around, right? So then it was like, add this emotion, or Alex going back and forth, being like, hey, I feel like you had a little stern tone there. I need you to be here with me. I think that one, the real-time API one was fun because I do also think there was this like pushing, right? Like, how can we push this a little bit? And I think sometimes it's like, okay, we did the builds, but this one to me was just like, how do we like tinker? How do we play around? How do we mess it up a little bit? And I do think that's one thing that I've enjoyed over the year, which is like getting back into this energy of like playfulness and like, let's play around a little bit, let's get a little messy.
We have cut. We have a cut from that one that I'll share out as well. Now. On YouTube. I got it. We have like that one starts right at the point where y'all started the build basically.
And also has a great, if you look, I'm just gonna do it now because I have it up. That has like the greatest, it's got one of our like new
oh
my
gosh,
thumbnails,
yes.
That's got a little sneaky edit on it too.
Did you add the OpenAI logo?
I sure did, because that's a Twilio logo in the actual picture. How do we get an
OpenAI mug?
You sure didn't. That's sneaky bee.
I was like,
but
note to
look,
self,
if you look, the rollover that Google gave us is so good. It's just Bianca showing off her track jacket that she had
so good.
Just like that.
awarded recently, and me clapping. Like that couldn't be better.
That was that was a good one.
Yeah, and then I messed with the temperature. That was fun.
Oh no,
And-
that was
Oh,
pretty
the
good.
temperature, yeah. So Craig, I love that picture of them so much. And then when I was going to do the thumbnail, so the thumbnail for one of the episodes, I think used that. If you go
It's
to
that
live,
episode.
if you go on the live tab, like the actual thumbnail for the stream has the
you can see
Twilio
the-
logo.
Yep.
Or that's a different. It's a different. I think is it a different stream or is it the same stream?
I
It's
think
the
it's
same
the
stream.
same stream.
It's the same stream because we had just gotten back from Portland, so I had the stack of those images and everything. And then I was like, wait a second, this is so easy to edit. So like I just cropped you up, like made it a little, fill the frame a little bit more, and then I was like, let me get that Twilio logo out of there and swap in an OpenAI logo and give it the same scale as the Twilio logo. And I'm like, I mean, this is I don't do it enough in the thumbnail game because like we do a lot of like corporate looking thumbnails still, but like that is the game with thumbnails though, is like, how do I modify this image that was taken to make it presentable as a YouTube thumbnail? That's my favorite thumbnail in a while. My other favorite one, if you scroll down, is Craig's send SMS.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I can't remember. I was at my dad's when I did that one, and I think it's
The Spider-Man
Love
one is
Actually.
hilarious.
I think it's Love Actually's cover that I was aping a little bit with the black and red like font treatment, but I don't know. It was because the movie was out. It was like sitting out. I think if you look up the cover,
You're right.
Yeah. So it's flipped, right? Because I wanted SMS to be highlighted, but I was literally looking at the DVD box of Love Actually while I was editing the thumbnail for that video. I like
Inspiration comes
it's
anywhere.
ridiculous. Like I was looking and I'm like, wait a second, that's actually pretty cool.
No, I kind of like that. Oh, okay. Speaking, this is a Craig Palooza at this moment. If we go back
And
to
yes,
home,
that is. Someone asked if that is Craig doing the Spider-Man.
Oh,
gif,
yeah.
and that is Craig doing the
Yes,
Spider-Man.
that is Craig. That's from the video.
Yep. No, I was thinking about our recent surprise stream. That was fun. I kind of enjoyed that one. I will say, behind the scenes of that one. So I kind of like how we're going behind the scenes. So that day I was like, oh shit, Brent's not working. Brent's not here. And I was like, but then I can't let Alex know that like Craig's gonna be on stream. I literally just like I pinged Craig less than.
was a good one.
I literally pinged Craig so late, and then I was like, Brent, I know you're kind of off, but like, can you just be standing by? And it kind of worked out. And I don't know. I think like that was pretty cool because it was just like the authentic, like,
Right
wait,
there.
what are you
Right
doing?
there.
Here's
was
why
like-
it threw me off. I was
'cause I
cheating on
joined.
stream that day a little bit.
Yeah.
I was doing work that I needed to get done. Like I don't know
That- yeah,
I'm like,
that's
I need
funny.
to do this work, and then I'm like halfway through it, and then you guys just bring
We
Craig in,
bomb
and I'm
you
like,
with a.
I
We
was like,
bombed you
what
with
is
something
happening
else.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
that might have been good knowledge, maybe. Maybe not. Maybe to have Craig on to like help you build the thing as opposed to going a completely different direction with your build. But we didn't know that.
We
should
didn't,
know
yeah.
that.
We didn't think I didn't think through it. I was just like, ooh, it'd be cool. Cause like I think it was like Thanksgiving, around like Thanksgiving week.
It was.
I was like,
It was Thanksgiving
and
week.
I felt like the year prior, I think Craig and Lizzie had done some stuff. So I was like,
Mm-hmm.
it would be cool to have like a pseudo Friendsgiving with one of our friends.
We
you
had
know,
like we tried, me and Sandra tried a couple times to like get something together for this year, and it was like that fell apart, and then you were like, but I can still get Craig, and I'm like, okay, well, we should still do that because that still brings the thread through. So Sandra does does Dev Social, and she is really keen on, and I agree with her, she's really keen on doing like repeating things in community. So like if you do something one time and you do it another time, now you've got this recurring like annual thing that you can hype up in social, and like you could hype it up for weeks beforehand because people might remember the last time you did that. So it's good that we did one sort of unofficial, like we could technically call that the second annual Friendsgiving. We also, not to like not to put any pressure on like my plate, there was also a holiday AI stream last year around this time, but I'm not sure that we're gonna have that on the calendar.
Oh, okay. So what was actually cool? So if I were to tie it back, one of our earlier streams, we were playing with different like AI tools, particularly in the music space. And I think what was actually cool was one of the companies that we had tested out. One of those companies actually came to one of our live events. So I was like, oh my gosh, like that to me like felt kind of cool. Cause it's like we've used your stuff. So I think it's always cool when like the companies or the things that we interact with, like they circle back in a different way.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, I know you, but not really. If I were to think about,
I was just gonna, on that thread, just real quick, I was gonna say I about died the day early on when we had just hooked up Frosty tools and Frosty was in chat. I'm like, hi. I don't know how your thing works exactly yet, but we're Twilio. And he's like, I love Twilio. And I'm like, whoa, this is weird.
No, another really good one. I really enjoyed, I enjoyed a lot of our streams. I really enjoyed D-Pro's stream because like, I think one, being able to like hear D-Pro talk about like his leadership journey, right? And just like how he manages, how he leads. And I think it was like, that to me kind of felt really cool too, because I do think it was just like a different angle that we were able to explore. It was also just like cool, just like learning about our teammates.
Yeah, that was also, I think, that because he wasn't the first person we had on stream, but every other time we had someone on stream, we had them do a build, and that was the first time we had someone on stream where they were going to show us something but not code.
Yeah.
And that kind of opened up. We're like, oh, this is super interesting too.
No, that was good. We had there's some other, oh gosh, my guest
when
host
I was out of town.
Yeah, my guest host Rashab. So that was cool. We called it Burr. What do we call it? Burr testing?
Yeah, you did the Burr testing. I don't know what we called it. I think we just called it Rashab.
Yeah.
Like we had so many people on. I think Kaylin was our first guest.
Yes.
Right. And then we've had almost everyone on the evangelism team at Twilio. So we had Kaylin was our first guest. We had Kelly on twice. Rashab hosted when I was out. We had Anthony on. Anthony came on twice as well. We've had Marius all the way from Germany come in. Sam Agnew joined us. We did an in-person stream where we had Emily, Kiara, who's the manager of the DevNet, and Nathaniel all come and join us.
In person, yeah.
Yeah, we also had Elmer, Tierney, and D-Pro come on. Elmer and Tierney are on the Docs team. Elmer and D-Pro are on the Docs team. Tierney's on the advocacy team. We had Vinny recently come on from the emerging technologies team. And then we had a few external people. We had Satyam, which is one of our champions, our youngest one. We had Craig join us a few weeks ago. We always have Robert Pearson in the chat as a champion as well. And then recently we had our newest teammate, Andrew, come on and build his Track Jacket app. And I'm sure you're going to be seeing more streaming from him. And then every once in a while, we get a little TV-faced robot that gets to come and grace the screen with us too.
Wow. Like,
yeah.
Wow.
I mean, that's so many people that we've had on. And I'm like,
who is
every
that
single
guy?
one's been great.
Yeah, I think with all those people, it is that reminder too that like we can't do this. We don't do this ourselves. And I we're awesome. We're great. But our colleagues show you other sides of, I feel like, Twilio's awesomeness, and even just like getting a peek into their worlds. But I do think this year we leaned so much into, collaboration is a word that's used a lot, but I do think you do need other people to help take these like huge visions to life. Maybe by ourselves, we could have probably done a few streams, we could have probably done more, but I really do think like having our colleagues on, having these folks on really helped us expand our story, help us dive into new arenas. I realize like security is my jam. Like it is like, I didn't know I was a security fanatic like this. So I think even that aspect, right, which is just like exploring deeper parts of ourselves. Yes, it
100%,
just
RJ, you're coming.
yes.
Yes.
So yeah, I don't know. It just has been so beautiful to have like, yeah, just like so many folks partake and join us.
And here's one of the coolest things too was because I remember specifically before Anthony came on the first time, he was kind of nervous.
Yep.
And we sat him down, we put him in a chair. We said, hey, no, we just like got
Hey,
on a
you.
meeting and we're like, hey, this is what it's going to be like. And we really set him at ease, and he even came back. And the one feedback we've gotten is that was fun. I'm in. And I think I feel really grateful that we've been able to get a good enough rapport with people that they want to come back and do this. And some other people like want to start streaming more because of it. It's great.
Yeah, I know we talked about like just some of our highlights or you know, things like that. But chat, I am curious, like, were there any kind of wins or awesome moments for you this year? We're gonna do it on stream and we're gonna do a little just a clap. But anything that y'all did, anything that you built, anything that you shipped that you're like particularly just like proud of, we want this to really feel like a celebration stream. And then if there are any, you know, people that you feel like really had an impact on your journey during the year, shout them out too. Maybe they won't see the stream per se, but in spirit, maybe you'll
though.
send them.
You should shout them out.
Yeah,
in chat and
you'll
send them a
out,
link,
and then we'll
and then send them a link
Yeah.
with a timestamp so that they can see that you mentioned
Basically.
them in chat.
Yeah, so like I am just kind of
if you
curious.
like forgot to get someone a gift, this is a great one to do. Like,
Yeah.
look, I got you a shout out.
Look,
on
I
this,
got you a
on this
shout
stream.
Wow. Yeah, duh. So yeah, so just curious about that. So feel free to drop that in chat.
Do y'all want a sneak preview of something? I can't show you anything, but I could give you a little intro to something that might be coming soon.
Well, now I want to hear this.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what if I don't tell you?
Okay, then yeah, that's fine. I don't care.
No, I'm gonna
What
tell
was
you.
the po-
So,
what was the
so
point of that?
to get you to tease a little bit. So I've been talking to somebody that folks in chat might know and might be in chat about a stream that we're going to start in January. Have y'all ever heard of Toefrog? Toefrog, I think, is still in chat.
You know,
have y'all heard of Toefrog?
I may have had some interactions with the Toefrog.
Okay, so we have been talking. We've been talking about a stream idea. We're still hatching the exact concept, but we have been talking about different like audience engagement tactics and like how do you use stream tools to engage? How do you use those to improve your webinars, your internal presence? How do companies talk about and get like the things that we were talking about like center around how do you engage with folks? And one of the things that I miss talking about a lot is how to stream. Like what's new in streaming AV tech? What's like if I were to rebuild like some of the stuff that I've built in the past, like how would we build it today? And then Chris Toefrog has a ton of experience with, you know, virtual and hybrid events and how do you level those things up. But yeah, Craig, very meta show. I used to do a very meta like stream tech show. This is like meta in one sense because it's streaming about streaming, but it's also like using those tools, using those tactics for like broader things outside. And then also like we just talked about like, you know, general tech and like general communication tech and stuff like that. So we're still talking about the ideas, but the plan is to launch something when we're back from break and actually add it to the schedule. So it's going to go on one of the other days of the week. So we're going to start adding shows to this channel, friends. That one's coming soon. And then I know somebody else that you've seen on stream recently wants to start streaming soon too. So look for something from Andrew, who you saw a few weeks ago, as well.
Really fun ideas.
Andrew's got a ton of really good ideas. Just needs to figure out which one they want to launch first.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're going to see more of me as well. So I'm sorry in advance, but I will be streaming more in 2025.
Sweet.
Brent is very excited.
Nah, I'm
Can't you see it on
not.
his face?
Can't you see it in his face?
Can't see the wide excitement. Very excited.
Yeah,
got
no.
Very excited.
We got some other highlights. Frackberg says Chef Brent has convinced me to part with $350 over the year. That's a
So,
highlight.
Wow.
so
Is it
speaking
worth
of
it?
speaking
What
of
was it?
speaking of memes, right? That come from stream. Did you see the emote that I dropped in chat? The golden 350.
Yeah.
That is a reference from shopping streams. Actually, it's a reference from old Stream Tech streams. If you buy the version of the Magewall capture card that y'all have that has the pass through, the pure silver one doesn't. Pass through is where you can take the you can take video out of the capture card and run it into like a monitor as well as running it into the computer. That version of the Magewall capture card costs $349 and has for its entire life. It's never changed price. So we found that as I was recommending gear, a lot of stuff was right around $350. So it became a whole thing. And then if it's not $350, it's often $350-ish, which is a whole thing.
Right. I recently had an experience. I got myself a new keyboard, and I like spent what I thought was a decent amount of money on a keyboard. I was like $200. I'm like, do I want to spend $200 on a new keyboard? And I asked Brent, because Brent knows about these things, and he's like, why not spend $450?
Yes.
That was not the plan, okay? We have another highlight, RJ.
Yeah, this is a good one.
I like this one. Highlight getting accepted into the Twilio Champion program.
I can't
That's who-
clap.
Oh.
I'm a bot. I can't clap. I don't have hands.
Can we
Can you wave your head?
can we get Joystick Nick to help you out with that?
I'm never gonna have hands. I could do star eyes, but I don't have the buttons today.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, yes, that is a huge win. I also think, like, to me, the Champions program really kind of getting that enthusiasm and excitement back up. I do think, when you're in the mix, sometimes you're like, you can forget the Twilio magic, okay? And I do feel like Champions are a good reminder of, like, the Twilio joy. Twilio joy, Twilio magic.
Not sponsored content. But yeah.
Wait, Brent,
Chefbrent.com is a whole merch site.
Brent, I didn't know you had a website.
I do, and I
gosh.
should have mentioned it because I've got wrapping paper. Is one of the things that's on there.
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
There's the 350 is available as a wrapping paper. I've got the Angie cat. There's also, I think, one of the other ones. Yeah. There's it's a variety
Brent,
pack. It's Baby Yoda, 350, and Angie. Yeah.
I thought I knew you. I
I have merch. I do have merch.
Wow.
The Baby Yoda mug is pretty hopping. The Don't Roll a One thing is a very old reference from Cuphead, but yeah, good stuff. The can glass is my favorite. Anyways, this is now sponsored content. Sponsored by chefbrent.com.
Wow. I didn't know this. We're learning about each other every day. We do need stream merch.
We do.
Okay.
But
Maybe
you need an
we'll
A/B
have a
testing
merch.
logo first. Like you need a logo.
That's true too. We also
So my
need,
thought for that, by the way, just let the brand settle. I was in a conversation with them yesterday. Brand team is doing a rebrand of like a Twilio rebrand. It's coming soon. But like spoiler alert, I guess. But they're doing a rebrand. You'll see it in January probably. Once that calms down and they kind of have their look and feel settled, I did have a meeting yesterday where we were talking about something else that's really somewhat exciting. But one of the things that came up was like, it'd be like logo, like reusable logo, and if you have recurring shows, like the VP of brand actually said, if you have recurring shows, maybe we can work on some stuff for you. Nice. So like, not what I expected to hear, but I'm happy to hear it. So hopefully that's a thing. Yeah, I'll leak to the secrets. Yeah.
We can have a discussion around, like, I call it the merch journey. What does it go into making good merch? But speaking of show stuff, show ideas, RJ Pearson said it would be nice to have an Ask Architect or Architecture deep dives or stream segments.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
like
I think
bringing somebody from like one of the development teams, maybe. One of the tricky things there, oftentimes one of the tricky things there is not everybody that works on the product is great on camera or great at explaining things, but do know some of those folks for some of our products that are like really knowledgeable about the product and also great on camera. The question will be, are they still at Twilio? Because if they are, then like absolutely, I know some people that we could get on there right away, and maybe we can just ask around and find some more people who are comfortable talking about products.
And we can, you mentioned also solution engineers. We can get them too. I actually have a feeling we'll maybe have a PM or an SC on for something pretty early next year. But
we're cool with the SEs. The SEs have become our peeps. So we can definitely loop those in. Yeah, if you have other ideas for just like what you're wanting to see, not just from us, but I think like what do you feel like the development kind of stream ecosystem? Like what do you feel like it's missing? Like what do you feel like you'd want to see? Even just like content formats, like, you know, is Twitch often the best place to consume that content for you? Are you watching it on YouTube? Curious, drop the info. But yeah, those are just some of my thoughts. I can't believe we did it. We did it. We're doing it. Wow.
Brent, you pushed us far enough that now we won't stop. Good for you.
You can't stop. Still waiting to see Chef B make a pizza. Listen, Frackberg. You know what I'm gonna say. So don't. You probably don't. You probably shouldn't.
I don't know what you're gonna say, but that's fine.
So okay. Background knowledge. I did a pizza stream after promising Frackberg a pizza stream, and Frackberg couldn't make it. So
you can watch the replay.
So we have beef. We have beef.
So I kind of like, I was like, right, you got beef with a lot of people.
It's a pizza stream now, though. It's a pizza stream now.
I thought you said you didn't have buttons.
It's a pizza stream. Well, I have OBS.
Oh, you have OBS.
Wow.
There you go.
It's a pizza stream now.
You couldn't find hands. You couldn't find hands, but you found pizza?
Yeah. How you didn't have pizza without hands, Brent?
It's because the pizza's already in here.
No, by the way, we had an early question early on from Stephen Nick jumped in and said, how does Chef Brent see if his face is a TV and he doesn't have eyes?
Isn't that true? Yeah. It's
there's just cameras everywhere.
Could be. Yeah. You can't tell the secrets.
You're dodging the questions, but
what am
we're
I
not
dodging?
responsible. We're not responsible for Chef Brent's answers.
This is the thing. Okay, so like on the subject of streams that you wish you had done, I'm still sad I never did this. Look at this like perfect Hot Ones like replica that another community member worked on at one point that has my the little cat, but has a Hot Ones logo instead of the chicken. I never did this. I bought the sauces. I was gonna do the sauces like on stream and just never did it. Bummer. I will say who
drew this for you, because I was like, I kind of like that. I'm telling you,
it's good, right? It's good.
2025 might be my merch year of just random merch.
So that was Ellie Face. Shout out to Ellie Face. Okay. But yeah, that was a great one.
Okay.
Oh, this question: if Chef Brent's face of the TV screen with display eyes, how does he see? So I see, but I don't think ChefBot sees.
Got it.
I'm the puppet. I'm the puppet master, and ChefBot is the puppet.
So you're not one with ChefBot. You are two distinct.
We are distinct entities. Yes.
Wow. Wowzers. We had another suggestion, which is crossover collabs with Cloudflare, OpenAI, Auth, AWS. I actually think that is great. I feel like our products play around with the lot. I feel like we start to see an intro to that, even with like, I feel like when why am I forgetting? Craig. When Craig was on stream, I feel like Craig has been able to kind of weave some of those things in. But I do think like, we have colleagues at other company, like former colleagues, even though they're former colleagues, I call them forever colleagues. But, we have colleagues at all these different companies. So I do think, folks who understand the Twilio ecosystem and world, No, yeah, I actually like that. I like that. That's a good call.
I was trying to
Good call.
I was trying to think if like I'm looking at the show ideas that were submitted by Andrew. I was trying to remember if any of them were like that in that vein of like cross company collaboration kind of thing. There is one that's kind of close, but yeah, I think that'd be cool. Like a tag team kind of like code collaboration kind of stream where like we go and grab another company that we're friends with, and you know that we have people there that we would love to talk to, and like build something together, like build something with our tech and their tech. That would be really cool. Yeah, that'd be a really cool series. The code collaboration, the code collaboration stream or something like that.
Songs.
It's a good show. You got the show already. Yeah, you got the song for it already.
Yeah, we just need more shows so Bianca can make more jingles.
Yeah,
exactly. Every jingle should be either Bianca or AI generated.
Yeah.
You know?
We'll just feed Bianca singing into the AI and have it create a full song out of it.
Oh, a favorite moment of mine was inspired. It's something that I would not have done if I wasn't streaming. But at the end of a webinar that Bianca and I did together, I called her. I was like, I'll close it off. Don't worry. Close it out. Don't worry. And then I called her back on stage and had a AI generated birthday jingle that I played for her in a webinar.
It was it was good. It was like, it had like a little R&B vibe. It was like, I was like, oh my gosh, this is good. And I was like, am I crying on stream?
But that wasn't stream. That was a webinar. And that was something that I would not have had the audacity to do if I wasn't like, oh no, Bianca and I can be live on camera and do something weird. We do that every week.
Every week. Yeah. No, I also think even just reminding yourself of the audience. I will say that's one thing that being
the audience
on stream,
loved it. I was a little worried that they would get like, what the hell is going on? People loved it.
Yeah.
I also think it's the reminder that like these are real people. So all our stream friends, like y'all are real people. Y'all are not bots. Like, you know, RJ is a real
I reminded our entire team that y'all are people. Just so you know, I'm sticking up for you as a bot. I'm sticking up for all of you as people. So
I knew it.
You know.
Wow. Damn. Gosh.
Oh no. Now
we learn something new every day.
Damn. Everyone's a bot.
We have a bot. We have a bot in Twilio Champions. I'm gonna tell Kat. We're in trouble. We're in trouble.
Wow. I can't believe this. No, but I learned that, like, I think going back into, like, you can get so digitally focused that you're like, no, interactions with people. And I think, like, even just things around, like, a happy birthday or people wanting to celebrate with us, like, you know, it's still people. So I think that was definitely, like, a cool moment for sure. From Trollbot to Champion
I love this.
Bot.
Everybody's getting in. From Trollbot to Champion Bot.
You know?
Joystick Nick is a bot sometimes.
Joystick Nick is a bot sometimes. So the OG bot that spawned Chef Bot was Joystick Nick's bot.
Wow. Wow.
Stream bot, which is adorable. Also adorable.
How do you balance your bot life and your human life?
Something I'm gonna have to figure out in 2025 because I have a feeling there's going to be a reemergence of Chef Brent on camera.
Of bot life balance.
Bot life balance. Yes.
Oh, that might have to be our first shirt for this.
That could be bot life balance could be a good show actually, where maybe I'm on as both.
There you go.
I kind of like it.
You'd have to have like two microphones. You'd be jumping between. That'd be a lot.
Yeah. Because like as a bot, like you know, like I don't know,
quantum
might
gates.
be a tough.
That's right. We can just do it with quantum gates.
Yeah, you know. Y'all. Oh my gosh. I cried once. I
think that is a good AI theme series, Bot Life Balance.
That's pretty good. That is good.
Yeah, that is.
I dig that.
Look at us. You know, making shows. So Chef Dubrent.
Whoa.
Oui, mais je parle français. Je parle français vraiment. But Chef Brent.
Je parle un peu de français.
Okay.
Un peu. Come see, come saw.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, Jean Question, I have a question. As you know, as we wrap out, our stream, what are your kind of closing word? What are your closing thoughts for 2024? But also, what are your well wishes for 2025?
Ooh. Wow. Okay. Bianca's got broad questions today. Like, do I focus on a thing, or is this about streaming? Like, what are we?
Brent,
focus me.
Why does it have to go where your spirit moves
pick your
me?
focus.
Go where your spirit moves you. Okay, whatever comes to your heart first. Do you even have a heart? Do bots have hearts?
I'm a bot. Reminder, I'm a bot.
Do bots have hearts?
Okay, where RJ Pearson provided. See, I wasn't necessarily asking you. Chat can direct the show.
That
RJ
is true
Pearson says
too.
work and streaming. Okay. So I think. Let me take over for a second. Oh, croissant. Man, I'm gonna get canceled now. That was terrible. I think, the cancellation. Can you cancel a bot? I don't know. As far as work is concerned, I'm excited as I look back at the year. We had a very successful year on YouTube. We had some like mega hits on YouTube, which are great. Like the OpenAI real-time API video was like one of those things that's just like a little unexpected and kind of took off because of the news cycle.
37,000 views.
37,000 views is not bad for a video that shipped, in the second half of the year. Actually, it shipped a couple months ago, right? That's fun. And I think one of the downsides is I don't think we shipped enough content this year. I don't think as I reminisce, there's we shipped a lot of stuff, and I like to focus on quality over quantity. But I do want to ratchet up the quantity in 2025 as I move forward. I am absolutely excited about streaming, and a lot of that has to do with the passion I have for it, but also just the energy Alex and Bianca have brought to this channel over the past year with 37 episodes. So thank y'all. You've kept the spirit alive. And kept me around for the journey even after you no longer actually really needed me. So I appreciate that. Let's see. So for 2025, the reason I'm talking so much about streaming right now is it's a focus for me again in 2025. Those of you that know me well, in chat, Craig and Joystick Nick and Frackberg and folks know that I'm very passionate about the streaming side of this whole business. The YouTube stuff is often secondary to me, but it does definitely have undeniable impact on the bottom line because it's pretty easy for folks to consume shorter content. But I want to do more streaming. I want to produce some interesting shows. I want to generate YouTube content out of live content so that I can double dip sometimes. So I'm excited about having the opportunity to just have some more fun with our awesome audience and community and just re-engaging with our developer community and growing it and building cool stuff together over the course of the year. So yeah, more of this. Y'all are people and I love you. And I just want to see us do big things in 2025 together. That's it. That's me.
That's beautiful. Yeah, I think that's a great way to end it. And I just want to say thank you to everyone in chat, and thank you to Bianca, my co-host, and our producer, Chef Brent. This has been an amazing journey, and I'm just so excited to keep doing more.
Same. Yeah. Bianca's like, I can't talk right now. I can't do it. If you could see my face right now, there might be tears.
You gotta get a little tear
but you can't see my face. I need a little tear. Joystick Nick, feature request. Tears. Actually, I have sad eyes. But I like I said, don't have buttons today. I do have sad. Y'all have seen the sad bot. I could do it manually.
RJ is asking when we'll be back. We're gonna be, so we have company break the next 2 weeks, and that means our first stream of the year is gonna be on the 7th of January. we will
But
be
the
back.
7th, yes. But in January, we're playing around with some stuff, so you may be seeing some pilots of some shows that are to come. So I'm just saying, lots of exciting and fresh stuff. We don't have an email address, but we'll have an inbox at some point. You know, just so y'all can send us notes. You can tweet at Twilio Devs. Follow us. Look at old shows if you miss us. You know, if you want to see our faces again.
Brent reads every
yeah.
comment on YouTube, so
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
These are facts. These are facts. But yes, so we'll be back in a few weeks. Enjoy your holidays, everyone. Wow, we love you. Saying the L word, I'm like, that's
The
how I know
L word.
Steve. I know, the L word. I was like, we love you. We appreciate you. We appreciate all y'all taking your time, you know, week over week just to hang with us. We appreciate it. We appreciate just your comments, your engagement, and just like connecting with us and building just some fun stream content. So I definitely wanted to kind of surface. The show does not happen without just this awesome community of folks just like y'all who join us week over week. So thank you. Whether you're a bot or a human, thank you.
Equality.
See ya.
Bye, friends.
Or bye, bots.
Bye.